south side. Motherfucker, we know that. You the only Negro in here.
That's how you get kicked in their face.
You gotta lift your leg up there. I know you're working out and stuff. How's that coming along? He's like, slowly. All good, all good. Can't even relate. But yeah, man, I like to work out a lot. You know, I'm in the gym often. But I was in the gym the other day. I was trying to take tips from this one guy. Real big guy, probably about 280, just like all muscle, like 2% body fat, right? So I'm talking to him. I was like, give me some tips on the bench press. He's like, you know, you go through the wide grip, you know, bring it down nice and slow, push it up, bring it down nice and slow. I was like, okay, give me some tips on the leg press. He's like, well, you got to bring your legs all the way into your chest, extend all the way out. I was like, okay. And then he started making these funny faces, like he was getting ready to sneeze. And I was like, what's going on? You okay? He's like, yeah, I just got to sneeze. I got to sneeze. I was like, okay, take your time. And so he's wiggling his nose and scrunching his face up. And I was like, you good? He's like, oh, I got it. Next thing you know, he starts sneezing. He was like, what the hell? What happened to his voice? I had to walk off on him. So Christmas is crazy, man. I moved here to Chicago from Florida. I lived in Florida for a long time, but I moved up here because my daughter lives up here with her mom. And it's a little different for me. Like, I don't feel like I can compete with her family here. You know, her mom's side, she got a grandmother, a grandfather, aunts and uncles, and she's an only child, so she gets spoiled. And I can't keep up with the Joneses, so I feel bad sometimes. She had a birthday recently. She turned 11 years old. And I was like, okay, what am I going to get her that she doesn't already have? And I was like, I don't know. So I bought her this book, a Dr. Seuss book. Called Oh, the Places You Will Go. I tried to get sentimental with it. I was like, this is something that she would enjoy, something that I had in my childhood. So I get her the book, put a little note in it. To Izzy from Daddy, love Daddy for the rest of your life. So I get her the book and I go to her birthday party, her 11-year-old birthday party. She got about 50 friends there, clowns, you know, bouncy houses, all that shit. And I'm like, damn, what the hell is going on here? Like, she's only 11 years old. I felt like I walked into Never Never Land or something. So I get there, right, and it's time for her to open my gift. So I give her my gift, and she unwraps it, and she's so excited. She opens it. She's like, oh, Daddy, thanks so much. I love you. And I look over at her mom, and I was like, yeah. And she looks back at me, and she was like, okay. Next thing you know, she's like, her mom says, are you ready for your next gift? And she's like, yeah, get my next gift. I hear, like, this cage door open, and I see this horse trotting out. And I was like, are you shitting me? They got her a horse. She let me know what the hell she needed with a horse. And then she go to open her grandma's gift, and a carriage comes out. I was like, what the? They got a horse and carriage. I was like, what the hell's going on here, man? Damn, shit. I got Wilson football when I was 11 years old. What's going on here? So her mom went on vacation recently to Hawaii. And it was crazy because she went when like all these tsunamis started coming and everything. And I was like, man, you know, this is crazy. My baby's mama's over there. She may not come back. Let me text her and see what's going on. So I texted her, and I was like, are you okay? Is everything fine? You know, and she texted me back, and she was like, yeah, everything's good. You know, we're in a safe place. They got us on top of a building. And I was like, I texted her back, and I was like, fuck. Hoping the tsunami got her or something. So, I love my baby's mama. It's crazy. You know what? I like the iPhones, man. You know what I like about the iPhones is that you can get like naked pictures like that. You know, like I get naked pictures like that all the time, so I don't have to walk around with this big camera on my chest, snapping photos and flapping them out, trying to see naked bodies. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. What are you taking a picture of, sir? Did just the bushes, officer. I wasn't looking in her window. Don't worry about it. So I fly a lot for my job, right? You know, I'm always on the airplane going back and forth. And it's crazy because, you know, I'm not a plane talker. So I don't really like to communicate with people I'm on the plane with. And there's a reason behind it, you know. So I was on the plane the other day and I sat by the window seat. And, you know, I took my book out. And it's really, like, not a book. I just got the old wrapper that you used to make, like, in middle school and wrap it up and draw it on with crayons. Just a bunch of blank pages. But I put it on my lap because I don't want anybody to talk to me. And then I put my headphones in because I don't want anybody to talk to me on the plane. I just want to relax, go to sleep, do what I got to do. So there's an empty seat between me and another guy that sits in the aisle seat. And so before the plane takes off, the guy looks at me and he puts his fist out. He's like, what's up? I'm Charles. And I looked back at him and I was like, mm-mm. And he's like, what's up? I'm Charles. And I was like, mm-mm. He's like, Charles, man, I'm Charles. And I was like, fuck. I'm YaYa. He's like, what's up, YaYa? And I was like, mm-mm. No more conversation for you. You got my name and that's enough. Reason why is because, you know, like, I don't want to have that connection with Charles. Because if this plane goes down, like, I feel a lot more comfortable knowing that if I don't know his name, I can just step over the top of him when we crash and walk out and have a clear conscience of knowing that he didn't know my name, he wasn't screaming it before I walked off the plane, you know? Because that's something you got to live with for the rest of your life. You know, like, if I would have told him, you know, if I tell him my name, I'm like, my name is YaYa, and then I walk over the top of him and he's pulling on my shirt, he's like, help me, YaYa, help me, YaYa. Like, I got to live with that shit for the next 50 years. It's just not fair. Like, I'm not a plane talker. Keep the conversation to yourself, Charles. You're not in charge of me. What's wrong with you? So another plane story. Crazy. This. I could not make this up. You ever had that popcorn stuck in the back of your teeth after you eat? You know what I'm talking about. Like, when all the way up in the back, when you like dig it out, it hurts sometimes. So I'm on the plane. I got my window seat, got my book in my lap, headphones on. I'm all good, right? And there's this like irate lady sitting behind me, and she's with her niece. It's just the two of them, and she's like drunk, you know, just drunk, wasted, crazy before the plane took off. Next thing you know, I'm sitting there. I got my book in my hand, and my friend is on the plane with me. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, like a fucking snake on the plane, her foot came on the side between the window and my seat, and like scraped up against my arm. And I was like, what? And I looked. And this Frodo Baggins, like, hairy ass foot. And I said, what is that? And I hear her screaming behind me, and she's drunk as shit. And then she tells her friend, oh, don't worry, he doesn't speak English. And I was like, de que tu habla? But I was like, what did she say? I looked at my friend, like, what did she say? And she said, he didn't speak English. And I was like, this is crazy. So I didn't know what else to do. So I just looked at her Frodo Baggins' hairy foot, and I bit it. And I tore it off like that. And then I had like a nail in the back of my mouth. Like, hey, my name is YaYa, that's the time. I appreciate y'all.